Hey there everybody, Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. It's Pine Tar Baseball. It's game 5 of a 7-game set between Catfish Hunter and J.R. Richards, 76 Yankees versus 1980 Astros. Let's take a quick look at J.R. Richards' card. There it is. As you can see, he's an A-plus pitcher, home and away. He's got strikeout modifiers, additional strikeout modifiers. He can go 7 innings at least. And he's a right-handed thrower, right-handed batter, although we're using the DH in this series. Let's start it off. It's going to be Rivers, White, and Munson, the lineup for the Yankees, who are visiting the Astros, the 3rd game. Then we go back to New York. Chambliss, May, Nettles, 4, 5, and 6. And then 7, 8, 9 is going to be Gamble, Randolph, and Mason. And for the Astros, Poole, Walling, and Cedeno. Batting 4th is Cruz, 5th is Morgan, 6th is Cabell, then 7, 8, 9 will be Ashby, Reynolds, and Heap, the DH. And let's do this. Where's the white guy? Well, it was here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Mickey Rivers bats from the left side, known as Mick the Quick. That's a 98 against a righty, which will be potential lineup error. And it's a 0-7. It's the pitcher. And the pitcher, JR, is an error rating of a 2. That's too high. It's a 4. So it'll be a ball that Richard handles. And he throws out Rivers. 1 away. So I'm going to let my dogs out a little bit. All right, we're back to the game. It's Roy White. It's a 9-0, and that's going to be skied to center field. Center fielder Cesar Cedeno under it, 2 down. Thurman Munson, the Walrus. That's a 55, and that will be a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for JR. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Terry Poole leading off against Jim Catfish Hunter with a 0-7. That's lined. And that's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Digging for 2 is Poole, and he's in there with a double. Leadoff double for Terry Poole. The Astros are down 2 games, and they've come back, and they won the last 2. So the series is tied at 2 apiece. Denny Walling with a 69, and the 69 will be bounced to 3rd with no runner on 1st. To 3rd, and the 9 runner advances. So it's 1 out, runner on 3rd, infield's in for the Yankees. Everybody's on the grass. You got Chambliss at 1st, Randolph at 2nd, shortstop is Jim Mason, and the 3rd baseman, Greg Nettles. That's going to be a 27, which will be a base on balls. Cedeno walks. Next is 1st and 3rd and Cruz. Now the infield is playing halfway, looking for that double play. That's a 21, and that will be a base hit. Runs comes in, stopping at 2nd. Oh no, Cedeno moves on to 3rd base on a 1. An odd number. He's fast, so he will move 2 bases. So 1st and 3rd, RBI single. And the Astros have taken a 1-0 lead here in the 1st inning. So Joe Morgan with 1st and 3rd. Again, we're playing the infield halfway, trying to get out of the inning. It's a 60, and a 60 will not be a strikeout. It's a ground ball to short. Mason flips to Randolph, back to Chambliss, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. So 1 run on 2 hits. Astros lead at 1-0. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. Chris Chambliss leading it off with a bouncer to shortstop. Craig Reynolds throws out Chambliss. Here's Carlos May, acquired from the White Sox. It's a 39, and that will be a strikeout for Richard, his 2nd of the day. 2 outs now here in the top of the 2nd inning. And Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles with a 64, and that will be bounced to 2nd base. That retires the side. No runs, no hits. And we move to the bottom of the second. Enos Cabell, pitch from Hunter, 75. That's a fly to center field. Mickey Rivers, he's there. Alan Ashby's next with a 21, and that is a ground ball and through the right side for a base hit. Ashby, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. He's on at first. Here's Craig Reynolds with a 97, and that's a line out to the first baseman. That first out should have been a line out back to the pitcher, I believe, or a pop-up. I think it was a little pop-up to right back to the pitcher. Just because it was an error check, I believe. I believe that's what it was. It was an error check. All right, and I have a tendency to forget to do that, so I want to remind myself. Here is Danny Heap with a runner on first, and it's an 81, which will be a fly out center field. Mickey Rivers, and no runs, one hit, one left, and we move to the top of the third inning. Pine Tar Baseball, not Lou Piniella, it's actually Oscar Gamble, and that's a 28, which will be a base on balls. So Gamble walks, he's on at first. Randolph is next with a 95, and that will be a fly out to left field. Cruz, Jose Cruz, towards the line and makes a running catch, one away. Here's Mason, Jim Mason with a 79, and that is a fly out to Cedeno. Top of the order with 2 outs, 1 on. Mickey Rivers. Pitch to Rivers is a 13, and that is bounced past the diving second baseman Morgan. And let's see, Gamble isn't probably an M. I'm 90% sure he's an M, so he'll stop at second base. So first and second here for the Yanks. Dog doesn't know if he wants to come in or not. Sorry for the... Here's Roy White. Let's do it. Pitch from JR, 51. And that's bounced to first baseman Walling. Takes it himself. No runs. One hit, 2 left. We move to the bottom of the third. Terry Poole steps in the box and lines one to right for a leadoff single. So we got Poole in there. On first base, leadoff hitter. Here's Denny Walling with a 14, and that 14 is going to be line base hit, and going to third will be Poole on the even number. So first and third here against Hunter. Cesar Cedeno infield's halfway, looking for that double play. It's going to be a 38, and the 38 will be a strikeout. 1 down, so Cedeno swings and misses at a Hunter fastball, and here's Jose Cruz with a 91, and 91 is a fly out to center field, and that may be a sacrifice fly. Let's try it. Gonna try to score, and we do. So a sac fly to center field, and that's an RBI. So it's 2-0 for Cruz. Picks up an RBI there, and here's Morgan with a runner on first with an 81. And that's a fly out to center field again. Rivers there. 1 run on a couple of hits. 2-0 Astros. Here comes Munson, Chambliss, and May. Top of the fourth. Pine Tar Baseball, 32. And that's a base on ball. So walk to Munson. He's on at first. Chambliss up next with a 15. And we're going to check on that. Against an A+ pitcher, a single becomes a strikeout. That's number 3 on the day for JR. Next is May with a 65, and that 65 will be a bouncer to short. It's gonna be a fielder's choice. So Reynolds goes to Morgan, 6-4, puts May on at first. Here's Greg Nettles, and it's a 79, and that will be a fly out to right. No runs, no hits, one left, and we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 Astros in Game 5. Series is tied at 2. We're playing 7 games of J.R. Richard. This is a J.R. Richard Memorial Series. And this is a free team that you can get from berglundkurt.yahoo.com. And also go to Universal Baseball Association, join there, and you can pick it up for free. That's an 81. It's Cabell. And an 81 is going to be a fly out to Rivers in center. Alan Ashby's next with a 92, and that's a fly out to White in left. 2 fly outs here in the bottom of the fourth, and Craig Reynolds with a 10, which will be lined base hit, but a single against a C pitcher gets past the center fielder and rolls to the wall. Digging for second is Reynolds, and he picks up a double instead of a single. And here's Danny Heat, bats from the left side, bat at 276. Here's a pitch from Hunter at 27, is going to be a walk. So Hunter walks him. That brings up the top of the order Terry Poole, who's 2 for 2, a double and a single. Here's a pitch, and that's a 37, and a 37 will be a potential error pop-up. And it's a 56. That's a shortstop. We roll a 2. That's almost guaranteed to be an error. And the shortstop's error rating is a 5, so it will be an error. A 56 will be a 1-base error, and that will load the bases. E6. And here comes Denny Walling. Walling is 1 for 2. He singled in the third inning. Gotta let my dog in. He wants to come in. Here's a pitch, and that's a 98. Oh, we're gonna check for another error on this. Let's roll and see what happens. And that's a 64. That 64 is to the shortstop, and again, it's hit to Mason, and Mason's error rating is a 5, and that's a 5. Another error on Mason, and that will allow a run to score. So back-to-back errors on the shortstop, and we'll double check that. So, yep, it is an error. It's a 1-base error, so run scores on the E, and that loads the bases. So back-to-back errors on the shortstop, which is something quite an anomaly. I mean, it's not something that you see very often. Oh. Stop. Leave that thing alone. Dog's going crazy. All right. So we're back. Bases loaded. Cesar Cedeno, Catfish Hunter, not getting any support from his defense. Here's the pitch, an 86. He'll get out of this inning. Fly out center field. Rivers over. Makes the catch. 1 run scores on a hit and a couple of errors and a walk, and it's 3-0 Astros. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Oscar Gamble leading off against J.R. Richard with a 76, and that's a fly out to right field. Right fielder Poole. Roy Randolph swings and lifts one to Cedeno in center field. And here is Jim Mason with a 94, and that's a fly out to left. Cruz, that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. So Richard is having a good day for sure, to say the least. Pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shutout innings. Here's a pitch. It's a 33, and a 33. Cruz is going to be a base on balls, so a walk to Cruz. Here is Morgan with a 79. And it's going to be a fly out to the right fielder Gamble. Next is Cabell with a 69. And it's a fly out to right again, Gamble. Under it, squeezes it for the out. And here's Ashby with a 70. And that's a fly out again to Gamble. So 3 in a row to Oscar Gamble. No runs, no hits, 1 left. The walk, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Mick the Quick leading us off here. Pine Tar Baseball. Sorry, my dog is fighting with some insect outside. 41, and that is a strikeout for JR. That is number 4 on the day here in the top of the 6th inning. Next is Roy White with a 57. That will be a K. Back-to-back Ks for J.R. Richard. And here's Thurman Munson, an 85, and that is lifted to left. Under it is Jose Cruz. He makes the catch. No runs, no hits. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Reynolds, a 24 against Catfish Hunters, a base on balls. So Reynolds walks. We're gonna get Heap to square away. Oh no, he's not gonna bunt. It's a 40. Instead, he's gonna swing away, Butcher Boy, and he strikes out. Next up is the top of the order, Terry Poole. Poole today is 2 for 3, reached on an error with an 80, and that's a fly out center field. Mickey Rivers on the run, and he runs it down, 2 outs. Denny Walling with a runner on first. He's a left-handed hitter. That's a 56, and that's a bouncer to second to retire the side. No runs, no hits, so walk by Hunter, and 1 left. We go to Chambliss in the top of the 7th inning. That's a 16, which is a hard hit grounder through the hole. Chambliss is on with a single against JR. Here's Carlos May with a 60. That will be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for JR. Craig Nettles with a 57. That's back-to-back Ks. And Oscar Gamble with a 63, and that will be bounced to the shortstop. Flips to second baseman, so that goes Reynolds to Morgan, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cedeno leading off against Jim Catfish Hunter with a 96, and he lifts one to White in left. Jose Cruz with a 96, and that's again popped up left side. And White 2 down, and here's Morgan with a 0-5, and that double. We're going to check on that double, see what it becomes against a C pitcher. That's a deep drive to right field. Back goes the right fielder. Gamble looks up, home run. So the double becomes a home run against a C pitcher. So Joe Morgan connects here and makes the score 4-0 Stros. And here comes Cabell with a 72, and that is lifted to right. Gamble, he's there. 1 run, 1 hit, the home run by Morgan, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. Here's a pitch, it's a 40, and that will be strikeout. So Randolph strikes out. I'm gonna get a pinch hitter for Mason, and we're looking at a lefty here. We're gonna bring in Gene Locklear. So we're gonna bring in Gene Locklear to pinch hit, and that's an 83, and it's a fly out center field. New shortstop is going to be Chicken Stanley. Top of the order with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Pitch from JR with a 92, and that's a fly out to left. No runs, no hits. Bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Ashby, Reynolds, and Heap against Jim Catfish Hunter. And it's an 85, which will be a fly out center field. Mickey Rivers, 1 down. And here's Greg Reynolds. The score is 4-0 in the bottom of the 8th with a 91. A lot of high numbers in this one. That's a drive into left in the gap, and a White makes the catch. And here's Danny Heap with a 25. And that's a base on balls against a C pitcher. Is going to be line base hit to right. 2 out single for Heap. He's on at first. And next is Poole. Poole with a 14, and that's a ground ball hit hard and through the hole. Going to third is going to be Heap. He got first and third with 2 outs. And Heap is an M, as I thought. And here's Denny Walling with a 78, and that's lifted to right. Oscar Gamble under it, and he makes the catch. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Last licks for the Yanks. In the top of the 9th inning, it's going to be White, Munson, and Chambliss against J.R. Richard, who's going for a shutout. Here's a pitch, it's an 18, and that is a base hit for White. He's on at first. It's 4-0. Here in the top of the 9th, Munson with an 87, and that's lifted to left. Cruz under it. Here's Chambliss, and that's a drive to left center field. Goes the opposite way, and And Roy White catches up to it, 2 away. So the Yanks are down to the last out. Here comes Carlos May. And that is, again, lifted to the opposite field. And Roy White makes the catch. And that's the ball game. J.R. Richard and the Astros beat the Yanks 4-0. And J.R. pitches a 2-hitter, 3-hitter, 4-hitter. The Astros make, let's see, they made a couple of errors there for sure. Let me just open the door. Maybe he'll come in, maybe he won't. He knocks on the door, but then he doesn't come in. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Get in here. You're driving me crazy. Come on in. Let's go. Come on. Here, look. Look what I got for you. Alright, let's go. Come on, hey, hey, look at this. Alright, let's finish this up. I'm sorry. And for the Astros picked up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. I don't believe they made any errors. No, they did not. Home run by Morgan. And JR gets the win. Hunter gets the loss. And the Astros have taken a 3-2 series lead. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Thanks for watching and being patient with my dogs. Take care.